Swirlz, bitch. And I just thought, you know, it's almost Valentine's Day, right? And some of us are celibate. Some of us do not have a man, a male creature. Some of us are alone. And we are surrounded and we are bombarded by messages that totally try to make it seem as if our whole existence revolves around a fucking male creature and us being involved with a male creature.
Your existence does revolve around, as you say, a male creature. You need him for that paycheck.
Well, guess what? I am divested from delusion. And that's what I'm celebrating.
But you're not divested from being delusional.
I'm celebrating the fact that I broke free from the Matrix.
AKA, nobody wants to date you.
The Matrix that taught me that love is something that these male creatures actually understand and are capable of giving. Now, we all know that their love is conditional, transactional.
Yours too.
So we know that the female is the ultimate creation and she is capable of unconditional love. It is
Not you. Not you.
she that holds the key to life. It is she that doesn't have so much ego. And ego is what separates you from God. Ego is what separates you from true love. So we will stand back as divested black women. DBW. Divested black women. And we will look at all of these women crying because they didn't get a fucking teddy bear.
What about you and those flowers that Top Chef Todd didn't give you? Or the fact that Dan wasn't going to just pay your bills while you sat around and did nothing?
Or because they were cheated on or dumped or abused by a male creature.
Your life story.
We will see them sit and think that something's wrong with them because they're not in a relationship. They're not in a marriage. You know, not everybody thinks that these male creatures are a prize. Some of us know who they are. Some of us know that they are hosts of the fallen angels. And that's why their sperm looks like a fucking snake, a serpent. We know that they are visual and that they
Sperm look
reached
like
out and grabbed the
tadpoles.
apple and bit into it. That's why they have an Adam's apple in their fucking throat. Some of us know the truth about them. And when we look at history, and we look at all these domestic violence cases, and we look at all of these scandals of cheating, of them doing horrendous things to women and children, we know that they're not a prize. And we're not going to sit and cry because we didn't get a fucking teddy bear or a piece of chocolate on Valentine's Day.
Or some flowers that we literally had to ask for because no one was going to give them to you on their own without you asking, right?
I don't give a fuck, bitch. I can
If
rest.
that was true, you wouldn't be doing this live. But again, you do lives about stuff you don't, or you say you don't care about. But you take your time and your energy, which you have, well, you complain about stuff you actually want. That's the simple truth.
My femininity because I am divested from masculinity. Let me repeat that. I like the way that sounds. Don't you? I just busted a mental nut. I can rest in my femininity because I divested from masculinity. I'll wait for all you bitches that are too slow and you didn't catch it. Now, a lot of these women are so delusional. Do they really think these male creatures care about love? A lot of them have side.
Y'all keep listening. She wants y'all to be single like she is. She can't get a man. So she says she doesn't want one. And then she comes on here talking negative so that you don't get one or you get rid of the one that you have. Pay attention.
Chicks, and they're juggling. They're struggling and juggling. You can write that in the chat. I need a journalist, bitch. Struggling and juggling between their side chick and their main bitch. I'll wait. It's so funny to see them running around trying to buy teddy bears and chocolate. They buy the cheap gifts for the side chick. A stupid little.
Then you must be the side chick. Because all you do is ask for some flowers and then some kitchen appliance that you could have went to Walmart and bought yourself. Side chick.
Little teddy bear that you can buy for yourself and a chocolate.
Even your own engagement ring that you picked out was cubic zirconia. You know deep down, way down through all those layers of fat that you ain't worth shit. Side chick.
Chocolate. Is that supposed to make everything better after all the cheating and the lies and the abuse? You can't be serious. The makeup that you buy, your clothes, your upkeep costs more than that stupid little teddy bear from Walmart. And it's so weird when you see these women parading around with balloons, with a teddy bear, like a child, with a box of chocolate.
And you know you want it for yourself too. And you can go buy it for yourself. That's probably what's going to happen. And if you buy it with money from a male creature, it's coming out of Angelo's pocket.
Chocolates showing off to other women like, oh my God, somebody loves me.
You're
Look,
jealous.
I got a man that loves me.
You're jealous.
And it's weird, especially in Blackistan, when you see these women running around with a teddy bear or a big bouquet of balloons on either Mother's Day or Valentine's Day.
Oh, it's nice that you bring up Mother's Day. You talk about big teddy bear and balloons. But you asked for some flowers that you didn't even get. So that male creature didn't even think you were worth buying that for. Remember Top Shelf Todd? He sure wasn't going in his pockets and buy anything top shelf for you.
Shit is fucking hilarious. Like, unbelievable. How delusional some women are.
Like yourself.
I totally don't give a fuck
Yeah, you do.
about a teddy bear or a box of chocolates
Yeah, you
because
do.
you're sucking unlimited amounts of male penis. You're doing dirty things that you really don't want to do.
No, 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 no. Here you go. Doing stuff you really don't want to do. No, you're doing those things because that's all you're worth. That's all you're worth. You come right out the gate with sexy pics and sucking dick because that's all you're worth.
Please him. You're checking his phone. You're crying. You're pulling out your hair, trying to figure out if he's cheating on you, if you're the only one. A lot of you are putting up with lack of privacy, lies, mental and verbal, sometimes physical abuse.
You know about that.
And then on Valentine's Day, everything is supposed to be made better because you get a fucking teddy bear and a box of chocolates. You can't be fucking serious. All of the work that you do to keep him happy, okay, all of the love and the time and energy you spend in a relationship, and all you get is a box of chocolates and a fucking teddy bear.
Sometimes that stuff may come with jewelry. They just might not buy the jewelry at Walmart. But you wouldn't know because when you had a chance to buy some jewelry, your own engagement ring to pick out, again, you got the cubic zirconia. How many quarters did that cost?
Now, if you're divested from male creatures, or, you are simply not bothered with them, it's hilarious to see women that are. The ones that are, the things that they do to keep these male creatures, to keep the attention on them, to keep, the interest of the male creature that they put so much work into, you know, and they jump through fire hoops in order to get that box of chocolate and that stupid little teddy bear on Valentine's Day. Now, those of you who know what true freedom is, the ability to fart and burp, take your wig off, not give a fuck how you look, not need any male validation, the freedom in owning your own vagina, in owning your own body without having a male creature act like he has entitled access to your body, the freedom of not having to do sexual things that you do not want to partake in because of him and his sexual appetite and taste, and you doing things that you don't feel like doing just to keep him. The freedom of
Why don't you name something that you didn't want to do sexually to keep a man? Tell us something that you did not want to do. I mean, seriously, just name one.
not having to worry about your fucking period being late and wondering if you're pregnant. The freedom of not having to worry about if you have an STD. There's so much liberation in being single and not being fucking bothered. What are you doing? Where you at? It's so free when
Girl, you just been picking the wrong men. But then I don't really think you were looking at the quality of the man. You were looking at the quantity of his penis. And then once you did a little something something with that a few times, there was nothing left to do. They moved on to a more quality woman. Therefore, you didn't really get any gifts. Except the ones you, like you said, work for. Sucky, sucky. Bullet.
You don't have a male creature bothering you, acting like he owns your vagina and your body. You're so divested from the bullshit. So many women are in the clinics right now getting tested for STDs, pregnancies. Has to be annoying. And when you're divested and free from male creatures, you don't have to answer to anybody but yourself. You can totally be yourself. And many women have reported that, when you're not in a relationship, you feel so liberated. You feel so free. And you are torn from the matrix of delusion. And you realize it's a scam. You realize that male creatures are self-absorbed, selfish, transactional, conditional human beings.
That's you too.
And that you are made in the image of the divine mother feminine, and only you are capable of unconditional love. So when you finally, that's a confirmation, when
That's a confirmation that you're a liar.
you finally break free from the delusion, you realize, wow, I wasted so many years and so much time on assholes, useless male creatures that did not deserve my love, my affection, or my loyalty. So, ladies, I say all of this because Valentine's Day is a parade of delusional women who prance around with balloons and cards and
you're mad.
teddy bears and candy,
And you're mad.
acting as if they have something over you. They have the love and affection of a male creature. They're giving up their bodies, their time, their energy for what kind of reward? A lot of times it is a dead end street. They end up parked on a dead end street. And, I really think that women, from the time you're a little girl, they groom you to validate yourself based on you being in a relationship or a marriage. And it's such bullshit. Because a lot of these women that are in marriages and relationships, they're fucking miserable. Now,
And there are a lot of them that are happy. But you don't want to talk about those. But then again, you never experienced a happy relationship. So you really can't talk about what you don't know. You really can't talk about happiness. Just trauma bonding night after night after night after night.
now, we all see what the manosphere is up to. They're trying to scare you into being afraid to be alone. They're trying to scare you into thinking that
And you're trying to scare women into being alone if they don't want to. Why are you worried about what the manosphere is doing if you are male creature divested? If they're not a part of your life's plan, why do you spend time on the internet looking and listening to what they're saying? You should be living your best, divested from delusion, single life. You want a man so bad. And I wish everybody would just wake up and see it. You're just on here on YouTube bitching because you can't get one.
Celibacy is a curse. They're trying to scare you into fearing growing old alone. Is that such a bad thing, though? Is it really such a bad thing to be alone? And many people are starting to, rethink this whole relationship thing. When you go on YouTube and you see all of these women that got killed, that get abused by male creatures because they were in a relationship, it makes you say, wow.
You can also go on YouTube and see a lot of people, a lot of couples that have their own channels who are happy. And yes, what you see on YouTube is not their life 24/7. We all know that. But you do see people in happy relationships with channels that go on year after year after year after year. So there are happy couples, Crystal Swirls. But again, what do you know about that? Because daddy didn't teach you, and that's what you're mad at. Go talk to daddy.
Imagine if she would have just said, fuck it. I'm going to be alone. I'm going to live my best life on my own, and I'm going to be celibate. I don't need to be in a relationship. Then she would still be alive. But nope, nope, nigga, nope. She is not alive. She is in a cemetery. A cold, lonely, dark cemetery. Buried under 6 feet of dirt. Surrounded by tombstones. And her relatives, her friends, her children are all going on with their lives. And she is under 6 feet of dirt because a male creature killed her because of his ego, because he was jealous of her, because he did not accept the word no, because he did not want her to break up with him. She is no longer breathing or living her best life. Now let that sink in. How many women has this happened to? And what about those women that, they get a disease that affects their health in a drastic way? They catch something like HIV or herpes or fucking what's another one that fucks your life up for the rest of your life? Herpes, HIV. Name me some more that are really fucked up.
You.
That you're stuck for the rest of your life and it fucks you up. There's a lot of HPV. HPV is another one. Human papillomavirus. If that turns into stage 4 cancer, you're out of here. You are going to die. So you must sit there and think, was it worth it? Knowing that these diseases are rampant? It's not just every now and then. I mean, HIV is very, very common now. And so is HPV, and so is that goddamn human papillomavirus. So, the fact that these things
That
are
is
roaming around,
HPV, dummy.
given, passed out to you by these male creatures, and you're putting yourself at risk by sleeping with them. And if you're in a relationship, you have to give up your body. You have to sleep with them.
No. When you're in a relationship, it should be equal. There's nobody having to give up their body. It shouldn't be that way. Maybe you had to give up yours for men to be around you for those 15, 20 minutes or however long it took before they got up and walked out the door to find something better. Maybe that's what you had to do to get them to notice you. Kind of like when you were a stripper. And no offense to anybody stripping, but I'm just making a point.
You have to put yourself at risk for catching these kind of diseases. So you gotta sit there and ask yourself, the teddy bears, the chocolates, the bullshit, the lies, the delusions, is it really real? No. Are STDs real? Yes. Is being put under 6 feet of dirt real by a crazy male creature real? Yes, that's very real. But the teddy bear, the chocolate, that's all smoke and mirrors. And, when you look at the whole thing, you being forced to have sex with someone, even if you don't want to, you put a smile on your face and you do it to shut him up.
Now, see, you probably had to do that probably with Milkman once he started beating your ass. And that's your fault because you let him in your house. You did that. You did that. Stop making women think that they have to do this or they have to do that with a man. You do it because you want to, and if you don't want to, you leave that man. If you weren't strong enough to do that, Crystal Swirls, then take take accountability that you a weak ass woman in that department. Stop with the scare tactics.
To make him continue to be so-called loyal to you, even though you're not.
See? See what I just said? She had to sleep with these men to make them stay with her, to stay loyal to her. I mean, yeah, we all know that men like sex, but that's not going to keep a man around. Not a good one, not just sex. You got to have brains and everything else, and some chemistry. But you heard her. You got to give your bodies to make them stay loyal to you. That's all she had to give was some ass. And now she's too fat. Nobody wants that. So here we are with her being divested from male creatures. Anyway, I'm going to end this live here, or this recording. Good night.